Hello and welcome to Consumers Corner. I am your host, Michael Cashmere, and today joining me is none other than the X Factor champ, Omega. Omega, thanks for joining me today. How you doing?
My pleasure, man. Coming on here, doing Consumers Corner. Been seeing you doing good work. Happy to be on.
Thank you very much. You know, I've worked very hard to become a serious broadcast journalist, so I'm just glad to have you here. And having the champ on my show obviously speaks well of what I am doing here. So let's just get right into it. You've just dethroned the Kansas Kid. You're now the champ. What do you have to say about it?
Well, I don't have a big problem with Billy Prescott. Kid is a troubled guy. He has a lot of things on his plate. Now he has 37 kids to take care of. So I was more than ready, willing, and able to bring Federation X, a champion who is focused on the Federation, focused on doing things the right way. It feels validating to be on top. A lot of people thought that I hadn't reached my full potential a couple times, but I feel like I've come into my own now finally, and now I'm here to be the guardian of Federation X. Even if without the belt, I'll still uphold that mantle because I've come so far in my career now.
So, being the champ, and we all know you've got a match tonight with Naked Man, but what's on the horizon? What do you see beyond Naked Man, or are you not looking that far yet?
I guess you could see beyond Naked Man because he is transparent, but I am focused on Naked. He is definitely a big force in the Federation. He's all over the place, literally. He seems to be everywhere and all at once. But you know, even beyond him for a second, I would like to say that there's a lot of stuff going on with the stables here right now, and I the SOSW and the Old Guard have kind of clashed. Again, we don't. It's not personal. It's just situations have put us at odds, and again, we find ourselves in the same position. Stuff that's gone on with the new breed and the bloodline and stuff I don't, really appreciate. Um, I'm trying to hold things together here. I need more, good people. You know something about good people, Michael, I think, to come together here and, you know, get the Fed galvanized and more cohesive. Obviously, there's gonna be feuds, heat, and rivalries, but we can't be doing some of the things that's been going on. Attacking people from behind, ambushes, stuff like that. That's my vision of Federation X is more get back to the wrestling, get back to the in-ring action. I think that's what the power base would want, not all this other stuff. We had oversell area. We need to be more focused. And at Naked Man, I think is a part of that because I think that Naked Man has also brought his antics in. And it's kind of hard when he's immortal. Things will pop up. I know Morgan Le Fay still running around too. Uh, Hopefully, my match with Naked Man would be a good match. I've never wrestled him before, never wrestled any ghosts before, but I don't. Hopefully, after this match, things can kind of get back on track for everybody.
So you mentioned the new breed, you mentioned the stables, you mentioned that things are kind of getting out of hand behind the scenes. So you and Reza, we know you're still together, but the new breed kind of took a shot at you a little bit. So how does that work? Where are you headed here? And how do you and Reza keep what's happening in the ring out of the bedroom?
Yeah, I mean, we've done this before. You and her were stablemates before, and we were on opposite sides last time. Um, I think we've both matured, a lot more since then. I haven't. To be fair, Rez is probably the only person to pin me in a long time in Federation X, and she also pins me outside of the bedroom. But you know, we still managed to keep it separate. I mean, even after the new breed attacked me, I did confront her. We have had conversations. Her professional career is her professional career. Um, I would like to think that she doesn't stoop to some of the lows that some of her stablemates may. Even Dawson. I don't even think Dawson does some of the things that Rose might be into. And he kind of got led into a place now where he feels like he's he seems like a loyal guy, and that's that's a good trait to have. But I think he just has loyalty to the wrong person and to the wrong cause right now. And Reza, Reza's the same way. She's doing what's best for her career, and I think she fits what the new breed wants to do. She's a tag team champion now with Angelique. So I think personally, we've gone to a place where we can keep things bedroom ring. And it's challenging and things will pop up like that. But I know that she wouldn't do anything malicious towards me, like maybe somebody else that is on her side. So it's challenging, but as long as she doesn't come behind me and stab me, I think we're okay.
So keeping on the topic of stables, on my last show, we all know that Alan talked about sponsor wars, and although sponsor wars is very different than stable wars, it is a group activity. So where do you see yourself now being the X Factor champion going when it comes to the the sponsor wars? Do you think you'll be maybe even a captain as we get closer to sponsor wars? I mean, how do you see that coming together, and where do you think you'll be?
Yeah, I've submitted my application to be a leader in sponsor wars. I've talked to Lars about that. Um, I it's funny because I've definitely been in plenty of sponsor wars and stable wars before. Blood Brothers. I've worked with people like Emo and Carnage plenty of times as well in those type of events. Yeah, I want to be a leader. Like I said, I Guardian Federation X. I want to hold that mantle. I want to be, the face, one of the faces at least of the company. And I think that me being a captain, being able to pick guys that I feel like could really, come together as a unit, even if from different stables. There's people I admire in different stables that I would really love to have, join in and lead. I want to lead. I view myself as a leader now, and that's what I want to do. So yeah, I want to be a captain for sponsor wars and really take my career to the next level.
All right, so um, we all know that Carnage has kind of had a thing going on with himself. Different personas, I guess you could say. How are you feeling about that? That's got to be hard to deal with, the changes that he's kind of going through right now.
Yeah, I've known Ryan a long time, partners several times, and always in the same stable, seems to be. And I came back to Federation X to help him out. I wanted to come. Me and Reza had conversations about it, and I was a little hesitant. But when I saw what the New Breed was doing to Carnage in the main event for the X Factor Championship, that I did make sure he won. Make sure that no shenanigans happened where he would be robbed of that. It seems like he's after losing the kid, he's kind of been on a downtrend. He hasn't found his footing yet. We wanted to be a tag team and pursue the tag belts, but I ended up being X Factor champion first, which is great. But I don't want Ryan to feel left out. So hopefully he can get on track. I've always talking to him. I got him some gifts lately. Hopefully he can meditate, kind of center himself, kind of get himself back on the right track too. He's a legend in this game, Mr. Top 10. I'm gonna take care of Carnage. He took care of me. And I would hate to see him go down the wrong path. So I'm gonna make sure that he's right there with me wherever I go.
So being that Carnage is an X Factor, former X Factor champion, and you are the current champion, do you see a time down the road where maybe you could maybe have a match and give him his shot at that same belt?
Yeah, if he wants to earn a chance and face me, I don't have a problem. I'm always, like I said, I put the company first. We have a friendship. We could put that to the side to do competition respectfully. I would face anybody for the belt, honestly. As long as they earn the shot. That's the most important thing, earning the shot. And me and Carter are close enough that belts really aren't going to be getting away of our friendship. He actually wants the superstar title to come back because that's the only title he's never held in Federation X. So hopefully the power base can listen to those kind of campaign for that he's kind of going on to get that belt back.
All right. So we know you've got Naked Man tonight. And we all know that Tony Robes has been on the tip of everyone's tongue, whether it's negative or positive, usually much more negative.
Right.
He's had a lot of shots at the belt, hasn't come through. And you keep mentioning, earning your shot, earning your shot. Do you think that Tony deserves another shot?
At the moment, no. I think that what he'll say is that he relinquished his shot, his last shot, to give me a chance to face Kid for the belt. That's what he would say. Um, but even if I still face him, like I'm not gonna run from him. I'm not gonna hide from him. I just would like for him to win some matches before he comes knocking for the belt again. I know he has his own match right now for the tag team titles. Him and Dawson are gonna do do battle for that, and I wish him luck on that. But I have my own horse in the race with Reza, so hopefully they retain. But yeah, I mean, if it happens where we face off, I would like for him to win some matches before we kind of build to that, because I know what he's going to try to pull. He's going to try to pull his freebie, get himself inserted in a match, like he always does. He takes shortcuts, and that's not the type of stuff we want to promote or endorse. For I would hope the power base would see that as cutting corners. And I haven't been pinned since I've come back. I have not been pinned. So, you know, seems like Robes has been on the losing end more than the winning end. So I think he should level out first before he gets a big shot at the big time.
Well, we all know that you frequently mentioned Grigory Rasputin. Um, and, give us a little peek behind the curtain, so to speak. What have you learned from him? Do you think we'll see him again at some point? Where do you see all of that coming together?
Yeah, there's three guys that have taught me everything I know in this company, in this career. Lars is the first one. Nighthawk would be the second one, and the third one would be Rasputin. And we did some time together at NGPW. He took me under his wing, and he taught me a lot of different things. He taught me how to endure pain, to focus myself, like I was telling you about meditation. He has a lot of uncanny, unorthodox methods, and we did spend some time together for a while. But he and I are estranged now. We do not have a good relationship. He did lie to me about certain things, personal things that I can't really move on from and have a relationship with him anymore. If he popped up, at some point, we can kind of revisit it. It would be difficult conversation to have, but I'm never going to close the door completely. But right now, I just don't see how he and I could come together again on a mutual understanding. He would have to really atone for all the things he's done in the past. But despite that, he did teach me quite a bit, and I'm kind of trying to use that knowledge for good and kind of spread it to other people. Like I said, following under the banner of Guardian of Federation X and kind of bringing everybody together. Uh, get on the right path. And for all his faults, nobody's perfect. Everybody's a flawed human being, but he did teach me quite a bit, and I am grateful for that.
All right. So if you've been watching the show in the past, you know that I like to do a little bit of word association or name association. So I've got a few names here that I just want to throw out at you. And you can give me, one, two, maybe a sentence or so words about these folks and where you see them or how you feel about them. It all depends on what comes to mind first. So we'll start with Jason Storm.
Legend.
Tony Robes.
Should really believe in himself more.
Jonas Zims.
Up and comer. Got to watch out for.
Your opponent tonight, Naked Man.
difficult to get a handle of, but formidable.
Man of War.
Right hand man.
Maverick Dawson.
Sitting in the wrong stable.
Deacon Brody.
A lot of potential.
Techno.
Storm sidekick.
Genocide.
In a very, very dark place right now, unfortunately.
And then last but not least, Reza.
Someone who I care for and love for very much. And no matter what happens, I hope that her and I will always be in a good place.
All right. Well, I thank you very much, Omega, for your time today. You know, we've been on the same side, we've been on the other opposite sides, but I do wish you luck tonight in your match with Naked Man. Definitely don't envy you being in that ring with him. So good luck to you. And do you have anything else you'd like to say before we end?
Well, much respect for you, Cash. You've come a long way. And as a reporter as well, you're doing a great job so far. Big asset to Federation X right now. I just want everybody in the company to know right now that we need to, as we stated before, put aside all these ridiculous attacks and kind of get together in a more real competition. No more stunt doubles, no more one-sided beatdowns. I think that all that stuff should be in the past, and hopefully with a pay-per-view coming up, we can all focus on the stuff that matters, the wrestling.
All right. Well, thank you very much again. Best of luck tonight in your match, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me, Cash.